by His grace. I came in His name. I am saved by His grace. 2,000 years ago, He died on the cross so He could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took Him on a mountaintop and offered Him every kingdom. He would not stop. He said, "Son of man, worship me. Come over, bend your knee." I said, I came in His name. I am saved by His grace. Surrounded Himself with 12 good men. That's what we called them was Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. And they told the story after He was gone, how He was born and raised. It only took 3 days. In His name we are saved, but only by His grace. I came in His name. I am saved by His grace. By His grace. Good evening, boys and girls. How y'all doing? So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Get you to trade your heroes, ghosts, hot ashes from trees, hot air from a cool breeze, cold with a change. Did you exchange a walk on part in the wall? Rolling a cage. How I wish you were here. 'Cause we're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. How we found same old fears. I wish you were here. Day you were born, God looked down at the place you lay. He took a deep breath and blew on the clouds, blew them away. Heaven and earth He built, it took Him just 6 days. Took Him just as long to make that smile for your beautiful face. Is it? girl. Sent a letter to Capri's. They made a recipe for your eyes. Took the twinkles from the stars, placed them inside both your eyes. For me, for me, for me, for me. 'Cause you're an actual girl. An actual girl. I'll work for days, toil for hours and hours, just to pay for your dress and all your wedding flowers. And your dress will be made from the finest silk threads. It will flush the priest, turn every man's head as you grace the aisle, rose curves that smile, that smile. 'Cause you're a natural girl. An actual girl. And your veil will be handmade by nymphs. They blushed at your beauty when they caught a glimpse of your legs, your arms, your feminine charm, those charms. 'Cause you're a natural girl. A natural girl. You got natural curves. So I'll send a message to my father up above and tell him, found this girl, the one I truly love, the one that he sent down from heaven up above. She fits me just like a glove. 'Cause she's a natural girl. You're an actual girl, yeah. I'll climb the walls and climb the highest steeple. At the top of my voice I'll sing to all the people. Found this girl, I love her, the one from above. 'Cause she's a natural girl. A natural girl. I'll write your names upon Venus, Jupiter, Mars. When you look up at night, you'll see your name is written in the stars. 'Cause you're a natural girl. That one goes out to all you natural girls. How y'all doing? And boys. Sorry, didn't mean to miss you out, lads. I just don't sing songs about you, that's all. Ha! Gay! How you doing? Did you have a nice day? Did God bless you with some laughter? Some joy? I crashed my car to this song. The only time in my life I've crashed my car. I wasn't paying attention. Singing to a girl, you see. I met my love by the gasworks wall. I dreamed the dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Clouds adrift across the room. Cats are prowling on their beats. the night on fire. And I see them, I smelled the spring on the smoky, dirty old town. This dirty old town. We're gonna make me a big sharp axe, shining steel, 10 foot on the fire. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. I got the spirit of God inside of me. I've got the spirit of God inside of me. The Pogues. Is it the Pogues? I don't know. It's that one with the wonky teeth. Did you see the husband before she died? Oh my gosh, he's got a cannonball for a skull. When you sit back and look at the world and what they've done to it, I know it's appalling, but you have to laugh, don't you? You do. It's the only thing that you got to laugh. You just got to laugh because the stupidity that you had it, you have to admit this, you have empathy for stupidity because there was a time when you were stupid and you didn't have the spirit of God inside you. You didn't have that backbone that you've got now, that strength. God, give me strength. Oh my word, that saying doesn't mean so much to me now as forever. I've never felt so strong. And I'm at the oldest point in my life. You work it out. No, where are we? B major. No, that's not right. Oh yeah. A. Lies. Wrong chords. I just want the words. I can play this. The world was on fire. No one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed I'd lose somebody like you. No, Rachel. Hello, Trini. What a wicked game to play. Let me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do. Let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. I've never felt this way. No one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed I'd meet somebody somebody like you. I never dreamed I'd lose somebody like you. With you. And it's strange how most songs only use 3 chords. And the Sundays. This one goes out to all you men pretending to be women. Drag queen, drag queen, drag queen, drag queen. I'm begging of you, please, don't you fool my man. I was fooled. Your dental arch is far too wide, and your eyes, they look like mine, rectangular and far, really far apart. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please, don't you fool my man. Your beauty is beyond compare, plenty locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, and your voice is soft like summer rain. I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please, don't you take my man. I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, you dirty old drag queen. Now you could have your choice of men, but I could never love again, 'cause he's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness, it depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, little redhead from down the bank, little short ass fella with big boobs. You just can't get your head around it, can you? No. big hot sun beating down the big people in this big hot world. Oh, there's a big hot sun beating down the big people in this big hot world. When she comes to greet me, she's mercy at my feet. When I see her bitter charm, she just throws it back at me. Once I dug an early grave to find a bed lamb, she just smiles and laughs at me. My blues away again. There's a big hot sun beating down on big people in this big hot world. When I go to cross the river, she's coming by my side. When I try to understand, she just opens up my mind. There's a big hot sun beating down on big people in this big hot world. I'm probably argue. Oh yeah. Once I started to lose her, when I saw what I had done, bowed down and threw away the hours of the garden and the sun. I turned, trying to run her, I turned to see her weep. 40 days and 40 nights, it's still coming down on me. There's a big hot sun beating down on big people in this big hot world. Eddie Beddy. Let's sing one for God. We'll sing one for God and we'll get the show on the road. What shall we do? What did we do last night? We did a hallelujah, didn't we? Let's do some Johnny Cash. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Look way down the river, what do you think I see? I see a band of angels coming after me. Ain't no grave that can hold my spirit down. Down yonder, Gabriel, put your feet on the land and sea. Gabriel, don't you blow your trumpets till you've heard from me. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Meet me, Jesus, meet me up in the air. If these winds don't fail me, I'll meet you anywhere. Ain't no grave that can hold the baby Jesus down. There ain't no grave that can hold his spirit down. Meet me, mother and father, meet me down the road. Mama, don't you know I'll be there when I check my load. Ain't no grave that can hold my spirit down. I went down the river of Jordan, I buried my knees in the sand, and I hollered, hallelujah. I saw his promised land. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Good evening, forensic students and school checkers from around the world. How are you all? Sat on my leg's gone dead. Hello, handsome spaniel. Hello, handsome. Do you want a treat? What we got for you? Oh, there's no biscuit. I know what you have though. Sausage. Sausage. I want sausage. 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 Yeah. Sausage. You weren't expecting a sausage, was you? They've been in there all day. I forgot about them. Mate. You can have them later for supper. Right? Oh, you go sausage. His tail going. Right. I love to see you happy. I love to see everybody happy. There are some troubled souls out there, aren't there? It takes a blessing to see the kingdom. Oh, if only all people had eyes and ears that see and listen. The world would be a such nicer place, wouldn't it? It would though, wouldn't it? Right, where are we? 1 second. Let me copy and paste this string. I'll be right back with you all. 1 second. The world would be a such nice. Pause. Pause. There we go. Why did you get reverb at your end? Copy. Facebook. Hey, coming up. You can come up. Alley up. Yes, thank you as well. I love you too. Yes, I love you too. Don't crawl on the keyboard. Look at you. Oh, he's my big boy. You're getting big now, aren't you? Big stinky dog. You just farted getting up here, didn't you? That's why you had that little crawl over here. Like, I just farted, Dad. Right, stop putting me off. You know what time it is. 8 o'clock. You've had your time. And you had like 2.5 hours in the park because we got talking to Dee and Debs, didn't we, eh? Bink. The kingdom of God is within you. Yes, it is. Share to group. Get off you, dipstick dog. Oh, random act of pure chance you are, Marley. That's what you are. Just a random chance that you'd get kidneys and liver and lungs and digestive system, and you'd be so lovely and kind and gorgeous and doggy. It's just a random chance. There's no way that God created you and every other animal down here, eh? Eh? Yeah, I know. Stupidity at its best. Would you stop? What do you want, a wee-wee? Eh? Because you've had the sausage. Do you want a wee-wee now? Is that what's up with you? You want a wee-wee? Is that what you want? Do you want a wee-wee? He does want a wee-wee. Rubber-dubber-dubber-dub. I love the way he shakes his ears. I'll be right back. 1 second. I'm just going to let Marlo out. Come on then. Come on then, you pain in me bum. Make a drink of orange. Still tastes fine. Yeah. Ran it for ages as well. Right, I'll just leave that door open for you, shall I, Divvy? Seeing as it's almost... Yeah. Get off. Yeah, go and sit down. You know what time it is? It's stream time. Go and lay down. Oh, you farted again, you stink dog. You really do. Right, let's say hello to everyone before I go anywhere. Who's first in it? It's Luke from Croatia. How you doing, Luke? Kyle Shinobi came second. How you doing, Kyle? Alpha third. Jack fourth. Forever hopeful. Welcome to the show. Many blessings. Fifth. Tubbs came sixth. 27th. Anna Souza eighth. How you doing, Anna? Juice we already said hello to. Rachel we did, and so did we Trini anyway. I missed Forever Hopeful. Hello, Hopeful. Oh, and Susanna. Hello, Susanna. How you doing, Shriek? E-Trader Edmondson. See you. Hello, Edmondson. How's it going? Right, let's get the show straight on the road. As always, we're looking at the human skeleton because it's my favourite subject. Nothing else, and I mean nothing else, compares to learning skeletons. Surely, skeletons are a favourite subject because once you can do this, you can look at people and it just jumps out at you. Today with Debs and Dee, and the partner was like, observe this one, and I was like, I thought they meant the children, so I picked up Frankie and I was playing with her, and I was like, no, observe that one, and I thought they meant the other child, and then I realised it was on about the person passing me, and I had noticed before, I thought he was just camp. I just thought he was a big mincy. He could be a woman, but I don't think he is. I've seen his wife looked like a woman, small, short woman. I just think he's a big man with bowed legs. It does happen. But I know for a fact that both Dee and Debs can do this pretty well now. They've been learning, they've been practicing. It takes a while for you to accept it's all of them, it really does, because You've grown up thinking Arnold Schwarzenegger is this big muscly man, and Bruce Lee was the fastest fighting human being in existence for all eternity. Fastest punch, fastest kick, broke world records. Not a single clip of him fighting in a real fight anywhere. Not one. How can he be superhuman, super fast? The man, the myth. That's what it is. It's not even a man, and it is a myth because it's a woman. I'll give you this. She was fast. She was a martial artist. She knew how to do kung fu. That's for sure. But there's no actual footage of him fighting because she'd have got her ass kicked by a real man. A real man that studies kung fu and jiu-jitsu is going to leather her. I don't care what you say. Even if she's cheating with the superhuman strength using genetic modifications and hormones, etc. Even if she's cheating, she still ain't got the same skeleton. Men are bigger, look. Just look at the faces. You have to grow this woman to like 7 foot tall proportions to even come close to that triangle. And then this is totally out of whack. You've got this giant Martian head, which we've seen on many of these tall giant people like Andre the Giant. And that. You get these giant melon heads with no face and no chin. But it's practice, spotting the difference in those faces. Men have bigger faces, it fills the skull. Women have smaller faces. Petite, curvy, rounded, all rounded in every area. Women are rounded eyes, smaller, curvier dental arch, rounded soft chins because of the subcutaneous layers of fat. Men are broad and brittle and stronger. It doesn't matter how many chemicals you give this woman. It doesn't matter how many hormones you give this woman. She's not going to get that skeleton. She's not going to have that rib cage for that size. You have to grow this woman massive to match that skeleton in strength. Men have far apart rectangular shaped eyes. Women have close set rounded eyes. Big nose, big teeth, little teeth. Far apart dental arch, narrow dental arch, square jaw, sloping jaw, pointed chin. In general, it looks like an upside down egg. In general, it looks like a block, a square, a rectangle, and sometimes we say a cannonball because it's almost as wide as it is long. The woman is nowhere near as wide as it is long because the widest part is up top, which is why we call this the 5 head. Beautiful it is. There we go. Excess of copyrighted material may under certain circumstances be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching and research without need for principal payment to the copyright holder, to a noddy holder. Right there. We stopped on Tony Dow, who we've already looked at. I've already used this Ed with Beetlejuice. I don't think there's any gates on Tony Dow. Let me just double check. Walking. Oh, maybe there's a few. Let's have a look. If there are a few, I'd have done it. Very strange way of standing the pair here. He looks like he's got an hunchback, and she looks like she's going to poo herself. Ooh, that's a shame. That's a big set of feet, though. Look at the size of that foot. Clompers. If she had to wear clogs, if he had to wear clogs, you'd hear him coming a mile away. Is that him there? Tony Dow when he was old. I've got a flamingo foot. I've got a nice Getty seal there. Inline footfall. Q line, shoulder tilt, hip twist look. Learn to see those 2 diagonal lines that a woman gives off. Men don't do it. We have straight legs, straight hips. There's another one there. Let me just check the back file and we'll see if Tony Dow is in there. I think Dow will find it, won't it? He shrunk a bit, didn't he? Old Tony Dow. Very strange looking boy, because it's not a boy, that's why. It's a girl. Do you know who that reminds me of? It reminds me of the porn star, Peter North. There we go. Skull too small, way too small, neck too big for the skull look. The contrast, the ratio is all wrong. Rounded shoulders look. I guess we could use that. It's a little bit big, but it's got a really pretty eyes. There's one as well. It's not perfect, but it's alright. We'll take that one, that one, that one. It's not a very good one. I think that was it. Let's try street real quick. Nope, nothing. Right, we'll take what we've got. Save image. 2 from the flamingo. Where's that really nice one? Oh, we'll take that one as well. On your face. No, we're missing one. Where's the nice one? Wait. It was from this set here. There it is. With a Getty on it. That's the one I wanted. Inline footfall. End of story. It's a woman. It's an old balding woman with a beautiful 5-head. See how small the face is? Draw a triangle. Look how much skin is up top. And because it took a lot of testosterone, this thickens more than a natural woman's. So you get this great big egghead with a squashy face. There it is, look. Pan. Looks like someone's hit him in the face with a pan, but all his features are flat. Smiles flat, his nose is flat, everything's flat. Especially that 5-head, look at that, that's a belter. Shut up about my head. It is normal. It is a nice head. It does not look like a sodding Tic Tac. Look at those soft female eyes. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Right, we're done. Lesson over. Next. Michael Galabru, French actor. Never playing clever again. Good title. The Troops of Saint-Tropez. The gendarme gets married. Oh, Marie, je suis. The gendarme and the extra. It's all about the military, I take it, and the police. Let's go have a look. I'm surprised the French Foreign Legion's not in there. And there he is in his younger days. Let's have a look at him. I've got an Adam's raisin implant and absolutely no jawline. There was another picture that I wanted to look at. Where is it? Nice dial M when she got older. Look, dial M for Masons in the hairline. Oh, the godmother. Oh, she's got a pear-shaped body. That's a big old grandma in a suit, that isn't it? Look at that Joey pouch right there. That is a huge Joey pouch. Smoking big cigars. That's what makes them look manly. They give them not just male names and male clothes, they give them big cigars. Let's go back. It's part of their disguise. Do you know what he looks like to me? He reminds me of him out of Airwolf. What's his name? Ernest Borgnine. The arched eyebrows look of a woman. There's another letter M in there, look. Can you see it? Letter M in the eyebrows. Norman Wisdom I'm seeing there. That is an old grandma. I've seen a bit of Albert Einstein as well in her. Let's go back. Let's take one when you was younger. Where's the picture I did want? It was. Let me just go back because something else. It was that I wanted to look at. What a very strange top lip you have. I guess they were trying to run on the Clouseau idea. I love Clouseau, I do. Why is that open? One second. Close that. There we go. I keep seeing pictures behind pictures. It's putting me off. Oh my gosh! A woman playing a man playing a woman. Double flippers we call them. Now that really is pork chop sideburns. Look at the size of that. He's a he-wolf. She's a he-wolf. That's a very strange top lip you've got there. Reminds me of a certain little German woman who liked to goose step. Do you know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing a single gate on this person. Come on. Loads of pictures. Super famous by the look of it in France. There's got a lot of pictures drawn about him. I've been going down this list of pictures forever and it's still going. Give me a gate. Can you imagine if they're all rocking their heads to Queen there, like in Wayne's World? Because that's what it reminds me of. Who's out there? Jenna. Did you see Jenna? Yeah, stop it. Yeah, getting all excited. You saw somebody. Did you see somebody? Yeah, you saw Jenna. Right, get off. Now, why aren't that? It's you! Stop touching this computer. Oh. It's lagging. Oh, you did touch it. Look. You bugger. Walking. Try again. Well, those two don't stand like women, do they? Instantly. In that small picture I just thought, mincers, straight away, just by the way they stood. Just the posture gives them away, it really does. There's Galabrew. Old Galabrew. There's no gates. What's that one? No, next to it there. Oh, that is just banging, isn't it? Look at that. Look at those feet. Tiny little feet as well. You've got kipper feet on the right. That's a nice gate. We'll take it. Michael. Michel. Is it Michel? Michel Galabrew. I don't know if that's him. Is that him? Anton? No, Antoine. Antoine! Peter. Antoine. There's another one. Galabrew. Yeah, it is. Is that another one there? Him in front? No, it's not marching. I thought it was a gate. It looked like a gate, then it's posture again. It's those hips. Who's there? Who's there, Marley? Is it Jenna? What's that? You've caught my attention right there. Which one's Galabrew? This one right here. Nice mints. He's a strapping young man in the middle there, isn't he? Wow. I shall say congratulations on your track here, sir. Right, we'll take that one. Is that you there? No, but they're both mincing. Les gendarmes de Saint-Tropez. It might be them when he was younger. No, it's not. They're both mincing though. Do you know what? I think I might have quite liked the movies when I was growing up. If I'd watched them. I just don't speak French. I probably would have liked them. It all looked very Clouseau-ish, the faces, I love the way the French hold the noses in the air. Where is it? I just seen it there like that. I love the way the French, they hold the noses in the air. Right, let's go back. That's my girl there, isn't it? Or is it that one? I think it's this one. Michel Galabrew. That's not him, is it? No, that's not. Look at the size of that broken leg. Look at the knees separating. Big girl. Big girls don't cry. They don't cry. They don't cry. Look at that. That really does look like the Bride of Frankenstein. I can't get a big picture of it. Gutted. Oh, look at these. Is that it? Are we still lagging? Or is that my picture back? Let's have a look. And there's my girl right there. Look at the minces on that. It looks like real life sometimes. Look at them pear-shaped hips. It looks just like real life at sometimes, doesn't it? Because we've seen soldiers doing this. We've seen the Queen's Guard doing this. We've seen policemen doing this. Real policemen. Well, I say policemen, not actually police women pretending to be policemen. But there you go. Art imitates real life, look. And they're all mincing, all of them. I mean, look at that arm akimbo there, that one, look. She is literally loving it, that tall one. And this one, arm akimbo. Full on flossing. She's tiptoeing through the tulips. As we tiptoe through the tulips. A bunch of girls right there. I don't think we need any more gates. That looks like Phil Collins. Is that Phil Collins? No, it's not Phil Collins. You got a squashy face, love. Let's go back. Save image. That's a belter. That really is. And there's it's more of a posture than anything else, but it's still nice. That one's a nice one on the right. Michel Galabue fails forensics. I don't like that picture, and you know why. Let's go back. We'll take that one. That is just beautiful. Reminds me of Del Boy out of Rodney and Fools and Horses. Reminds me of David Jason, two first names. We go on that one. I just want your face then, don't I? Let me get rid of walking. If I can. Yeah, I can. Search. I just want your face. Which picture should we take? It's a bit small. That one's blocked. Wow, I'm seeing The Godfather. Which one? John Gotti. I'm seeing John Gotti. Just make that hair silver. Naughty, John Gotti. Look at that top lip. It looks 50-50, doesn't it? It does. There's a little bit up top and enough up bottom. I think we'll go with that. We'll take that square. Save image, and we're done. Michel Galabue fails forensics. Perhaps plenty of sign next. Velimir Bujanek is a Croatian journalist and chat show host. Images. Houston. We've got a pear-shaped head. What's going on there? She literally looks like a lesbian, doesn't she? She does. That don't look like a bloke. That literally looks like a lesbian to me. More mannish there in that picture. I'll grant you. Maybe they caught him on an off day. But that is that the size of him? William Wallace was 7 feet tall and fired lightning bolts out of his arse. What do you reckon? 4 foot and a nub end. I'm telling you now, 4 foot and a nub end. I'm getting Danny DeVito vibes. Anyone else? Anyone else getting Danny DeVito vibes? This one, look at the squashy face. At this point in the game, it's just like shelling peas, isn't it? It really is. Nana, what are you doing in that tuxedo? You should be in a flowery dress. Your hair should be in curlers. You should have a blue rinse and you should have a pair of boobies. Nana, what have you done to yourself? That is just a lesbo. I don't care what you say. Right, I used to work in a gay bar. I'm going to take you to a gay bar. And I'm telling you, I saw dozens of women that look like that. Short hair, chubby faced, wanting to look like men, acting like men, staring at me like men. But they're not men. I wish I'd known all of this sooner. Right, my nana's a lesbian. Right, anyway. That's just a lesbo. I need a, is that your husband? He's got a big hand, hasn't he? Look at the size of that thumb. I bet he keeps you under that, doesn't he? The bigger face, the bigger lips, the bigger mouth, it's all there. Look at them cheekbones. This one, missing them. That is his wife, isn't it? Oh my gosh, look at the pair of them. That must be the daughter. With a perfectly flat back. Look at that flat back! We're used to seeing it by now though, right? These inverted families, it's inverted. We're not just talking about families, we're talking about bloodlines. This goes back eons and eons and eons, folks. And for some reason right now, your life, this time, the 21st century, all things are being revealed to those with eyes and ears that listen and see. Because most people still, even though they see these things, they still haven't seen the kingdom of God. What is that? What are they doing there? That don't look Masonic, does it? That don't look all Egyptian and Babylonic. Look at the state of that peanut head right there. Look at that. My head. I've had to say this a few times now.
Corner. Now, I've had to say this a few times now, but this is the final time.
Final time.
Shut up about my head. It is normal. It is a nice head. It does not look like a sodding tic-tac.
Oh, but it does, because you got a 5 head. That person used to make me laugh so much. And I know why now, because it's women. It's always been women making me laugh, and I didn't understand. Maybe that subliminally, that's why I find Jim Carrey so funny. Or I used to like Adam Sandler a lot. There's so many to mention, but they're all females. All my favourite comedians are female. I can only name 2 women, which are actually men, that made my side split. And one of them was Morgana, English Welsh actress, man, and Catherine Tate is the other one. The pair of them 2 dudes can really make me laugh. But all the way through my life, 50 years of my life, all of the women that they show me, like these, do not make me laugh. It's just the real women, these ones, that make me laugh. And I can only imagine it's like my subliminal senses are telling me the reason I'm laughing is because it's a woman being funny, not a man. And I never cottoned on to it. You know what? I'm not saying. What the? Not a chance. Not a chance. If that passed me in the street, I would just be staring at that skull top. I would. Peanut head. You gotta be kidding me. Squashy face. They've all got squashy faces. Look. Squashy face. Lesbian. Squashy face. Lesbian. Everywhere I look, I see the lesbos from the island of Lesbos. And drag queens. That's got to be his dad, hasn't it? My dad's got one bone bigger than the other. There's another one. Look at those rounded eye sockets. Look, it looks like a pretty little butterfly. I'm a lady. It looks like a pretty little butterfly. Look at the state of those eyeballs. It's a woman, final answer. An old woman. Her eyes are sagging into a skull, something chronic. I don't think there's any gates. This is really annoying. It's got loads of pictures. She's got loads of pictures. I'm not seeing any gates. I'm just going to go to walking and I'm going to save some time. She has made me laugh though. What's going on here? Prisoners of War. Prisoners of War, that one's got a diamond in there. This one's got his legs crossed over. I got problems with them 2 straight away. Prisoners of War. Arsh. Is that his husband? It is. Oh, we got a wedding day mince. That'd be lovely. She's definitely getting on an invisible motorbike. Look at that leg. McDonald's Archway. Shocking, isn't it, when you can see them? I've got a picture of me with a footballer's wife, and that reminds me of it so much. I thought he had big teeth, you know. I did when I met him. I thought he had big teeth for a girl, I really did. I know why now. I really do. It's the strangest thing when you look back on your life. Because I was an entertainer, and I was quite popular, I got a lot of all of a sudden, I don't know if it was as I became a flat earther I got more of it, and I probably did when I became a flat earther, but it didn't last for long because everyone said I'd gone crazy. But looking back on memories of people that I've met and stuff, and I didn't know at the time that I was kissing a man on the cheek on his wedding day. I was getting invited by a bunch of girls to come and see a free show and watch the Hollies play. And do you know what really kills me about that night when I went? They rang me up out of the blue and said, "We've got some free tickets. If you want to come, you can bring as many people as you like." But I just took Horatio's mum with me. We got a babysitter, and me and Jody went. And what really annoys me is, right, I was in the corner. I was making balloons. I was making balloon guitars and stuff for the band. And Jody was smitten with the singer and a couple of the other people from the band. And she's over there, like, being, like, flirtatious with them all. And she was doing it to women. And I was, now in hindsight, I'm like, if you're looking down on me, Jody, they were women, you big lesser. Right, but here's the point, right? I went to countless amounts of, especially at the end of it all. I was doing footballers, I did that band, I did some weddings. Right before it all went to crock, it was like they was inviting me around them. I just, you say it's paranoia, but it was like, I got more celebrity jobs at the end of when I stopped than I did all the way through the 15, 20 years I was doing it. I got way more at the end, and I think it's because I started to learn and have my mind opened, and I discovered God. I don't know, maybe they just wanted to see if they could pass in front of me. They did. I got to admit it, they all passed. I did think about the bride with the big teeth. I did think you've got massive teeth for a girl. I did. On the picture when I'm smiling. I bet if I could find that picture, we'd probably match dental arches, I'm not sure. But just in memory, for me, I've known them at school. I got a love bite off one at school. I did quite a lot of celebrity jobs at the end of being a magician. And I think it was because I was becoming a flat earther and I'd already learnt about legal name. I think maybe that you know, maybe when I had my arm around Jack Lester and Jason, son of Manco, Jason said, "What's it like to put your arm around a real celebrity, Jack?" I thought he was taking the piss, but maybe he wasn't being honest at the same time, because if they're all flipped and they knew I was going to find out, then they know me. How many celebrities do you think have watched my show and me, like, expose them? I mean, oh, he's done you tonight. Imagine if they ring each other up. Guess who he's doing tonight? He's doing Velimir at the minute, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure they know who I am because... you stink, Marley. I'm sure they know who I am because I'm the one that's taken 19,000 of them into their guilt-ridden memes. I've proven that 19,000 celebrities are secretly transgendered. You can go to Facebook or Twitter and search back names. most of them have been done. All the ones you can think of, like Schwarzenegger, Stallone. I've done people I don't even know. I've done them from all different countries because I've taught thousands and thousands of people the difference in how a man and woman walks. And it's easy to see. Once you can see them, their arms hang akimbo away from the body. They've usually got bald heads. They have. They walk with their legs crossed. They can't walk like a real man, and vice versa. The women, they have big hands, long necks, square jaws, straight legs. There's nowhere for them to hide. Every stone that you could possibly hide under is revealed through learning the skeleton. Because that's what they're hiding behind, this mask. And once you realise it's all of them, you realise how big Satanism is. Because it's a satanic cult that they're all in. I don't know how many of them are evil Satanists. I can't tell you. If it's all of them, it's all of them. I can't change that fact. I was born a child of God. And I was fooled into lusting after my own gender. Into having a love bite of a man. Duh! Amanda, give me a love bite. And it was a man. Duh! That did it. But for some reason, God gave me a brain that I can think for myself. That when He showed me the kingdom of heaven, that I'd acknowledge it. I'd acknowledge Him. I think that's the most important thing that most people can't understand. Why is it me that's seeing these things and not everyone else? Because God knew you was going to acknowledge Him. He knew you'd acknowledge His greatness and His glory and the world that He actually created for us. And that's why it says in the Lord's Prayer, let it be done on earth as it is in heaven. As above, so below. It's supposed to sound like that, not earth being like hell, the way it is. It's a satanic thing. For them showing it with the lightning bolt, arm up, arm down. It's them showing earth recreating hell when it should be earth recreating heaven. And the only reason that this place is bearable is because it has people like you in it. That's the only thing I can tell you. It's only bearable because there's other people like me in it and like you in it. When this first happened to me, I thought I was the only man on earth. I really did. I went into full delusions of grandeur, full paranoia, and for a split, well, maybe longer than a split second, I was thinking I was the only real man when it first began. I was like, oh my gosh, imagine if the whole world, and I'm the only man in it. That's what I was thinking. I literally had that thought. But then when I started looking harder and harder, I could see real people. Very few on the internet, but in real life I was seeing real people. Even though I didn't have the skills that I've got now. Now, wherever I go, I see real people. And here and there, like Debbie and Della today, when they went, observe this one. I didn't realise it was telling me to observe his gait. If they'd said gates, I'd have looked straight at him for gates. But I had passed this guy before, and I've spoken to him a few times, and I just thought he was camp. And I've got to admit, but I'll pay more attention to his gait when I see him next. But I'm in double figures. I know 26, 27, I think I'm on, that are secretly transgendered around me. I don't know some of them personally. But Raish does. Raish knows loads of them because he went to school with quite a few families of the local ones. I went to school with at least one. So if there's one, there must be more. And the easiest way to do that is to remember who Amanda hung around with, and it kills me because some of my best friends, this person hung around with. Some of my very best friends. And I spoke to one recently. I told you in the park I had 2 minutes with her. But when I saw her cousin, when I was walking with Dee again and Debs, this cousin walked up and she, without even saying a word to her, she went, man. Well, I did say a word actually. I said, Jack and Amanda are secretly transgender. And she went, man, duh. So I know that my friend spoke to her. Just the way you do. You speak to other people. You tell other people about this subject, right? Because if you don't, what are you doing here? I don't just mean here on my show. I mean what are you doing here? Why have you got all this information and you're not sharing it with your fellow brethren? It don't matter where they come from, it don't matter what colour they are. Don't turn anything. These people don't deserve the truth. Everyone deserves the truth. Every single one of us deserves the truth that God exists, that we are heavenly created, that there is only earth, and every single life on it was created by God, and he topped it all off with us, created in his image, with a brain unlike any of the others. They're animals. We can act like animals, but we're not animals. They've told us we come from animals, and people have believed them. The theories of evolution, it's a load of bollocks. Absolute tosh. They've got no proof. They're missing links. No, you're missing chimps. Show me all the missing chimps that led up to me. Explain to me which part of me evolved first. Was it my eye or my stomach? Because if I had an eye, then I couldn't eat. If I had a stomach, I couldn't see what I was eating. I didn't even have a mouth. I didn't even have an anus. So don't tell me I evolved. Which part of me, it either all come into existence at the same time, or it happened the way they told me, and their way is nonsense. It must have all been created at the same time. Well, day after day, the way he made the world ecologically coexist, everything coexisted, and he did it over 6 days, right, and rested on the 7th. But everything, when he said, let the land appear, all of the land appeared at once, not bits of it, all of it. He separated the water from the heavens. He just, all by mouth, all by vibration, all by his word. That's why in the beginning the word was with God. God is the word. He is the truth. It's a source code. People say we're in a matrix and it's the computer source code is God and all this. God is God, full stop. Don't matter what they told you about him or how you got the message that he existed. The truth is that you got the message. Most people can't accept that God's real. Do you know what happened today? I only noticed it from the corner of my eye. I was talking with Della and Dee. I don't think I was talking loud. I really don't think I was talking loud, but we was having a conversation. I was being quite blunt about God, and all of a sudden I saw Della tail off to my left just for a second, and just from peripheral vision I saw her nod her head, yeah. So some bloke was listening, some numpty was listening to me talk to him about the world and thought I was annoying him. They did though, didn't they? I'd love to sit down with people like this and explain to them what a fucking numpty you are, how smart you think you are, that you descend from a monkey, and I can rip physics apart, I can rip biology apart, I can rip psychiatry apart. I've done so much research into all these subjects. They've just made it all up. They made everything up as far as I'm concerned. The only thing they can't make up is my existence. How am I here? And I can only come back to one answer. There's a God. There is a creator of all things, a Heavenly Father. And I do believe that my ancestors would have left a book behind for me. For those that did walk with him, they left words of advice for me in a book. Yes, I do believe it. I do believe that the Masons have tainted said book. Of course they have. But it'll all be revealed. That's what the Bible says. Ephesians 5:11, that everything done in the darkness will be brought into the light. So when this happens, when we get to this point that because we don't take parts in the evil fruits of darkness, and we recognise that it's a spiritual wickedness that we're fighting. It's a spiritual war that we're fighting for our spirits, because this body I've got is just a creation. It's a meat sack from God. Inside this body is the very life that he breathed into my nostrils, the spirit of me, because I'm created in his image. In the beginning the spirit of God moved across the face of the earth, face of the waters, sorry. So I'm a spirit like him. This body of mine, it's meant to grow old. I'm supposed to lose my teeth and go grey and sit back and get up. Now I'm really set in my ways that I know I'm going to meet him. And I know I'm going to be judged, but I don't feel like I've done enough. I really don't. I wish I could wake up more, Father. I really do, but it's His speed. It's His choice how fast this all unravels, right? He's the master in control of everything. Which is why for me, as the third person looking at all of this and everyone around me, and especially to these people that are doing this to us, they know God exists, they know He's almighty, they know He's more powerful than Satan. Why would you turn your back on God over Satan, no matter what Satan could offer you in this world? You're not taking it with you. You came in with nothing. All you came in with was an untarnished soul. And I'm telling you now, the only person that ever left this earth, maybe 2 or 3, that left this earth with an untarnished soul, is Jesus. Oh, it's just a story. Well, if God did come down as His own Son and lived a perfect life and showed everybody that the kingdom of God is within you, the kindness of God is within you to be kind and merciful and forgiving. Because that's what you're going to ask for when you meet Him. Because you're leaving this earth with a dirty soul, a tarnished soul. Which is what Satan wanted, and God knew this. Which is why Jesus said on the cross, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." I didn't know what I was doing. My Heavenly Father is merciful and gracious. As so should I be. Satan wants you to be hateful and nasty and mean and murderous. He wants all of those things. They're all part of the bloodline of Cain. The first blood spilled on earth, Cain did it. And if it's from the bloodline of Satan, then that explains it perfectly to me. If it's not Satan, then how did that spirit get into Cain? If they're both born of Adam and Eve, the first two. And they were twins, right? So the twin thing has a big role in all of this as well. Twins. The first children on earth were twins. Adam and Eve were both fully grown adults, right? Created by God. That's why they say they won't have a belly button. It's a good thought. It's an atheist thought, though, isn't it? That God wouldn't have created them with a belly button anyway. I've gone off on a tangent. Right, back to this lesbo. That's not him, is it? No. Who's that? Why is he wearing a skirt? That's like Brian May. That really does look like Brian May. That looks like Penn and Teller. And these all lookalikes. Are these Croatian lookalikes? That one looks like Freddie Mercury. What's happening here? We've got a cross-dressing party, haven't we? Is that hair? Well, I know which party you look like you come from. We can't say the names. Is that a real picture or is that a real person? I mean, that's a cardboard. Surely that's a cardboard cut out. Look at them meatball knuckles. Look at them. Let's go back. There were no gates for your Vladimir area. And I'm in walking. That's not good. Yeah, there's no gates. We're leaving. See you later. Next. Yves Montand. Ah, oui, oui, monsieur. Yves Montand. He looks like what do they call him? Him out that spy show. Get Smart. Is that? I can't remember his name. He looks like him. Is that Yves Montand? I'm seeing Jeff Goldblum in there as well. I thought I said I come I care. It doesn't know, does it? It's like when you see the words Tom and Jelly. I come a cardi. Is that how you say it? I come a cardi. I come a cardi. I don't know how you say it. Yves Montand. Right, let's go back, Yves. He's got a very sloping jawline, that's for sure. The eyes are rounded, coffee beamed. Wow, he looks like Nigel Farage there. And there I'm seeing Barry Humphries, Dame Edna, without the makeup on. They all look alike, they do. They all look alike. They don't look like us, but they all look alike. Is that really Marilyn Monroe? I was going to say that's not Marilyn Monroe, but it is not Marilyn Monroe, right? Oui, oui. Mademoiselle, monsieur. It looks like Christopher Walken in Weapon of Choice there. It's the weapon of choice. Dun, 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 dun. Right, let's get a... We've got a Getty image, lot. End of story, right? Once you see that, you know it's a game over. It's a changing moment. Why has he got Bruce Lee's Skull the White Oysters on? Sweet baby Jesus, look at the size of that chicken nom nom. That is hippage right there, ladies. When your bum looks big in it, when you ask a man, does my bum look big in it? Yes, it does. Juicy, succulent, chicken, nom nom noms. All the way to the bank, short body, long leg. That's a woman, final answer. He seems to be doing like a Bruce Forsyth, Christopher Walken move right there. I was reaching for his gun. Is he doing it there as well? Is that what he's known for? Reaching for his gun? Sledge. Let's go back. The long leg, short body. I need a face shot, Yves. I quite like that one, but it's too big. I think we might have to take it. Let's see if he's got gates first, then I'll come back for the face. What was that? There. I'm not showing it. My, what a big head you have. There he is. That's the girl I'm looking for right there. Yves Montand, with a straight-legged fella in the cannonball head. Yves Montand. Is that another one there? Yeah. It's not perfect. We've got another one there. That one's a stair drop. Where is it? That one. There she is. From Flamingo. Another Flamingo here, look, in the Cluzo jacket. Is that a real one? Oh, that's beautiful. Gotcha. Right there. Full mints. I've got that one, right? Have I got that one? Yeah, I've got that one. Montand. Is that stair fail? Yeah, gutted. He's just brought his leg back in it. I prefer it when it's open, but look at the broken leg because she's trying to come down the stairs. Look, not here though. Look, perfectly straight legs. That one's beautiful. Where is it? I want that one right there when it takes me back. There, right there. That's Marilyn Monroe in full male march, and Yves Montand with les shoulders drop and then le hip twister. That looks like a camel toe, Eve. And there's another one. Again and again. I can show you this, but it's up to you to rebel against Satan's lie, because he's lying to you. No matter what century, or decade should I say, that you grew up in, they've been doing this all the time. I'm just a messenger. I'm bringing you the message that God exists. They lied to you. This is what they've done. This is how they're doing it. And if you don't care, you don't care. And when that final bell rings, final trumpet blows, whatever it is, and God calls time, last orders at the bar, sir, you won't be able to change your mind. You won't be able to change the route you're on, because you'll have set it in stone. Right, we'll take these gates, we're done. I wish I'd seen the kingdom of God sooner, I truly do. But I'm still thankful and grateful that I'm blessed to see. You know, that he blessed me with eyes, blessed me with a brain to think. And I'm the firstborn in my family. I don't know about you lot, but I'm the firstborn. Maybe that's why Herod wanted all the firstborns dead. I've got no idea. Save image. He still looks like Nigel Farage. I do like that picture. I'm going to have to take it. As if his head's cut off. That's a nice picture as well. That his wife or his son, I can't tell. I think I'm going to have to take that other one. What was that? Yeah, it's still too small. Right, we'll take the other one. It'll do. Yeah, I can see a bit of Humphrey Bogart there as well. The protest Dublin, sorry I wasn't reading that. The protest Dublin yesterday, Belfast today. Thousands blind to what is really going on, so I'm glad I found your channel. I know, I watched, I think it was nearly 10,000 Irishmen marching for the wrong cause, right? Whoever they're bringing into these countries, I'd guess that most of them are naturals. And as long as they cause us to hate each other, they're happy with that. You know, the fake wars they bring, and the people are divided, like I said, not just by football teams, but by colour. A country hates another country. England hates France. France hates Germany. Germany hates whatever. You know, it goes on and on and on. But it's all their propaganda. I've met thousands of nice Germans, thousands of nice French people, thousands of nice Spanish people. It's ridiculous. Real natural people, we don't go out our way to hate others. There are those that society has perverted on the course of life that have turned into thieves and robbers and muggers and that, who do hate other people. I'm not saying that there is no hate in the world. What I'm saying is those people are just as lost, you know, even more so, because you still retain the moral compass that God gave you not to hate others. The commandments didn't need to be told to you. You know it's wrong to steal. You know it's wrong to hate someone else. You know it's wrong to cheat on a partner. These things are innately known by us, and you know, that spirit of God is still in so many people. They're trying to batter it out of everyone, turn everyone into machines. And now what? Elon's pushing this chip. Oh my God! You know, God made you perfect. When he finished the world, he looked at it all. He said, "It's perfect. The fish, the birds, everything was created perfect." Wicked spirits joined Adam and Eve, and the world fell from God's graces. Everyone did. It's a solemn truth. You have to accept that. You know better. That's why Jesus said, "Let him without sin cast the first stone." Away you go, any of you. I dare you. You can't. You know you've committed sin. All right, you haven't done what these people have done. I agree, I haven't. But I'm still a sinner. The difference is, we're natural people and we're sorry. These people are not natural and they're not sorry. Most of them. Maybe they are sorry. Maybe this rollout is them coming clean and saying, "Look, we're sorry we did this. Someone else did it. So the people above us did it." Maybe it's not. I don't know. All I do know is that there is a God, and he wanted me to know the difference in a man and woman. And he knew that when I acknowledged how he created us, that I would want to tell people and teach others. And he knew it. He knew that. He acknowledged that I would acknowledge him and then teach the world. And I've taught thousands of people to do this. From all different countries. I've got students that make memes in all different countries now. You're all over the place, guys. From Croatia to Thailand to Vietnam to Korea. I've created loads of people and I've trained them all correctly. Not the way I was trained, incorrectly. Not to learn, not to teach instant skills. That's what I teach you how to do. I teach you it instantly. I did it with Debbie and Dee. The girls know. I've done it with strangers in the park. I'm the only one who films this stuff, that shows you me doing it with natural people. Oh, I don't show them for their own privacy, but it's just conversations, agreed. But the evidence is there that I do this every day. And I do to as many people as possible that let me and allow me to show them the kingdom of God. Because it exists. It's like when they say, show me God. Well, look around you, look at the world, look at how you exist, look at the equilibrium of gases, the way that neon, argon, all the glowing gases are at the top of the dome where the rainbow forms. Yeah? Does it make any sense to you yet? And then as you come lower and lower down, you get more and more air. And as you get to the sea level where we are, that's the most rich place for us to breathe. Right on sea level. That's where he planted us. Everything he thought about. Everything. He didn't miss a single beat because he's God. What existed? Nothing. He existed. Time didn't exist before God created earth. In the beginning, there's time. God is above and beyond time, you know. Kent O'Brien put it well. Kent O'Brien put it. There was a time that time didn't exist before time. Something like that. It's so funny. I really loved Kent O'Brien. I still do. I can still watch good portions of his work and still love his passion. Her passion, should I say. I know that Kent's a liar. Why she pushes the dinosaurs on top of God, that God created these terrible lizards. And his proof is some dinosaur footprints in the riverbed. I believe you about God. I do, Ken. I'm with you. I'm on par with you. I'm on the same page. God exists. I truly believe you, Ken. But when it comes to the dinosaurs, because someone left imprinted footprints in a riverbed, and you believe it's 25 billion years old, I can't even see it while I'm footprints lasted 25 billion years set in concrete on a riverbed or whatever. And you don't believe that some mason in the 60s could have walked down that riverbed, that like they stopped the river flowing so it's all wet mud, and then they put some dinosaur feet on. They put some T-Rex feet on. and then walked through the river in the soft mud, and then they let that bake and nobody's allowed near it. They covered it up and they just let it set, and then all of a sudden, years later, they come along and they dig up this section of river, and there are perfect dinosaur footprints for you to use as evidence against God. I just find it nonsensical. I don't believe in dinosaurs. Terrible lizards. They're the lizards. They're the cold-blooded ones, right? These ones. That's why they call themselves reptilians. Ike talks about the reptilians. They're all the cold-blooded. I'd love to be able to tell you that the reptilians and the aliens are real, but they're not. They've made them up. Well, all this footage when they show like lizard eyes and all, I don't believe it. It's bollocks. As far as I'm concerned, it's just CGI, and you've fallen for it. There's a footage. Where's that magician with the snake eyes? Watch this. I want to show you something. I saw some more recent footage of this same person. I can't remember what his name is. He's probably a flip flop. I don't even think I've done this person. Magician with. Oh, let's see if Crystal Balls will find it. I'll know him when I see him. Is that him? That's not him, no. This one. This is the one. Illusionist Christian Giotti. We're taking that name, Christian. I don't know if I've already done you, but I'm going to. A lot of 666s in this work. Let's cut the sound off. Excerpts of copyrighted material may under circumstances be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news report, teaching and research without need for small payment to a copyright holder. Bink. That'll come back to me. Bink. Christian Giotti. I want that name. I don't know if I've done you, but you're definitely going on this list. So when I was a magician and I first saw this act juggling, they're saying that he's using the spirits, right? And some of it, even as a magician, I was like, because I could see most of the sleight of hands when I'm watching magicians, because I've studied magic for a good 20 years. I can see what they're doing, right? I can see that they're using sleight of hand or strings or whatever. But this person did a couple of things which I can only imagine are pure skill that he does. Oh, she does, whichever. But there are people out there, see, he does all this yoga and bollocks, and I know that's quite satanic, right? The yogis and stuff. But most of it I see as just pure skill with his crystal ball look, balancing it on his arm, through his finger. I've seen all this rolling it through, seen it all before. And then, you know, when they make it look like it's not moving, and they move around it and push it and can't push it, and they do all of this, right? But there's a part here, wait for it. He's levitating it there, look, it's in mid-air, spinning. Now, that's either CGI, like, you know, the astronauts, when they've got the hats and the bubbles of water, and there's a screen just off that he's looking at so he can see where the object is and he can make it look like he's doing it. Or he's got it on a string off the top of his head. And that's what it looks like to me, just the way he's look. I do the same thing with a playing card, right? I have a piece of invisible string. Shouldn't be telling you this. I use it's invisible string. This is heavier than the playing card, I'll admit. Piece of invisible string, and we either strap it to the back of her neck or on top of our heads, and then we look down so it hangs off our head. And if this was a playing card, I could make the playing card rotate around my head and back to my fingers. In fact, let me show you what that looks like. Spinning, floating card. Spinning, floating card. This is like it. This is the one. It's very similar. This one. Okay, he's doing it over the top of his fingers, off the top of his head. Watch. I'll show you quickly. There, look. So you can't see it, but the string is on this part of his hand here, right there. Magician's wax. Oh, he's explaining it anyway. He's using a bit of magician's wax and a bit of thread. I admit this is nowhere near as heavy as a crystal ball. Even that small crystal ball was super heavy. And one of these threads will not suspend it. Unless he's got really super strong on. There's another one, look. Floating cards. You're wondering how that's done, right? That's not off his head. That is not off his head, that one. Okay? It's off his thumb here to this finger there. And it's balancing the card right on it. But I shouldn't be telling you this either, but they've already given it away. So this is how that's the one I'm on about. This one, look, this is the one I did. You can levitate a card in front of you, off the top of your head, and then throw it around you and bring it back. He's pretending that's a magnet doing it, look. Oh, he has put magnets on it. Shut up, idiot. Idiot. He's an absolute idiot. Magnets do not do that. He's a liar. See, that's a magician lying about the trick. See how secret this everyone is. But he's showing you there, look, with strings, proper strings, what's happening and where they do it from. Let me just bring that one round. 4 ways to levitate a playing card, right? First way, vertical, up into your hand, look. Looks like it's levitating upwards. Here's what you need. Invisible threads, blah, blah, blah. And that one's going right behind his hand, look, and just levitating straight up in front of you. So you can't see these threads when it's using invisible thread, right? I want you to understand this. He's just showing you how he's doing the trick, what you can't see when he's doing it. To spin a card, look. Same principle, look. Off the top of the thumb, or middle finger, look, and then you can spin a card. Same principle. But you just, as you remember, they're using what's called invisible thread. Let me show you, look. That was good, wasn't it? That was good. I like that one. It crawled upwards, didn't it? Look, watch it crawl. I like that one. It crawls upwards. That is nice. I like that one. That is real nice. Oh, there you go. There it is right there. Invisible thread, look. And it is invisible. You can't hardly see it. It's so good. I even had someone one time when I was doing a trick with the string, literally put his hand in front of it, touched the invisible thread and not realise he'd touched it. He still didn't think there was anything there. Even though he touched the thread. But that's how it works, right? And to go back to this guy, right? This guy, girl, whatever, Christian. I'm seeing the same thing, the way he does it, but that can't be a crystal ball he's doing it with. It's got to be something lighter, something that looks like a crystal ball to me. But it looks like it's the same thing. You see magicians do it with the card off the head. They're saying he's using demons to do all this. And there's one bit I want to show you, which was the point of showing you all of this. No, it's not there. Where's that newer version of it? Is that it? No. No, no, no. That might be it. There. That looks like a very small skull, doesn't it? Crystal ball magic. That's what most of it was, just skill. Look, he's doing it as well here, look. Let's have a quick look. Right, so that's a big old ball. It is a crystal ball. I've been up close with magicians that can do this. And I've tried showing me it. I never learnt the crystal ball routine. I didn't like it. I didn't like its application to my magic. But all the time he's touching it, right? All the time. It don't matter what you say, he's always touching it, and it's just sleight of hand that makes it look like it's got a mind of its own. Sleight of hand there. The ball was already in his hand. Yeah, he didn't put it back. He's going to grab another one. Look, there it is. There's the wand. And so on. He didn't show you him floating it though. But to go back to Christian Giotti, I want that. Where's that? Wait. Christian Giotti. There we go. That might find it better. Is this it? No. Yeah, he was there. That's what I'm looking for. Giotti changes the colours of his eyes. Right, for all you people that think that they've got reptiles with slits in their eyes, I want you to imagine that what I'm about to show you is not the colour and shape that he's doing. He's doing it as a lizard's eye, right? The simple way to fool you on television is to have these celebrities, right, what is happening is he's already got a contact lens in each eyeball, and he can rotate his eye upwards into it and make it appear right, like in a blink of an eye. He can just blink his eyes and his eyes will change colour. Watch. Bink. Look how quick that was. And then it's gone again. Did you see that? I'm going to show you it again. Watch how quick it was. It was a blink of an eye and then it's gone again. This person's got really small teeth. I'm picking up on it straight away. Bink. And then it's gone again, look. He puts it back. And he can do it with the other eye, look. One eye, both eyes. And then put them back. So, all you got to do is put reptilian eyes in there. Teach the famous person to do that trick. And live on telly, they can make reptile eyes appear and then disappear. So, as a magician, I think of things differently. I really do. I look at things differently. So, when it comes to these people that show you all this footage of reptilian shifting eyes, it doesn't even have to be CGI. It could just be that magic trick that they're doing there. You saw how quick it was, right? He made the eyes change colour and shape, and he blinked again and they were gone. And that's all you have to do on television. Blink your eyes, you've got reptilian eyes, blink them again, they're gone. And people are going to think you're crazy if you notice it, right? They can call me crazy all they like. I can prove that God exists. They cannot prove that I live on a ball. They cannot prove that water bends. They cannot prove that satellites exist. They can't prove dinosaurs. They can't even prove that I'm descended from a monkey. But I'm the crazy one. No, I used to be crazy. I used to believe all that stuff. And now I don't. The reason for this is the reason that the world is in such turmoil and people are so downtrodden by these celebrities that they think the world is a horrible place for them. Even though I know the world's a horrible place, it's not horrible for me anymore because I see the kingdom of God. I feel real bad for all the others that can't see it, that are terrified by stories on the news, wear face masks and all the rest of what they've done. Without even a second thought, they're queued up with the children for Bill Gates, who's not even a doctor, to put something in them. It makes me want to cry. It really does, that people have become so stupid, that God's children are so trusting. It breaks me out, it really does. Asia, Kate, Dylan. He's a dude, isn't he? That's a big face. It's a big triangle. The E's are large and low set. Pointing backwards as well. Have I done this person? He looks very familiar to me. One second, I've just got to check the back file, make sure you're not doubling me up. What's that one searching for? Amy Dowden. Oh, I was looking for Tony Dow, wasn't I? Tony Dow face. Oh, I ain't done him. It's okay. Right, let's get rid of that. Paste in there. Asia Kate Dillon. Let it search. 3 first names. Lee Harvey Oswald. Images. Oh, it's definitely a dude. Final answer. That's a male skull. Massive face, huge mouth, large ears, strong neck. That mouth alone, look at the width across it. It's huge. When I look at real women, I see small, petite mouths, long top lips, not short top lips like this, short top lip like mine. I see a longer top lip because the teeth are more bucked on a woman usually, right? You have gorgeous bucked teeth, the ladies do. Asia Kate Dillon, back file, searching, still working on it, okay. I see a dude, full start, I don't even need to see the gate. Final answer, it's a man. Let's go to walking. He's trying to walk like a woman there, even adding the shoulder tilt, look. Well, what does that say to you there? What am I seeing there, folks? It's not by chance. There's no way that these people stand like this and take pictures like this unless they're praising Satan. He's got big feet. What's the back file saying? Asia Kate Dillon. Nothing matches, right. There's no gates though. That's the problem. Get the image. Is that him in John Wick? That's not him, is it? Oh, he was in John Wick though. That's not him though, is it? That's that black actor. I can't remember his name. That might be him there though. Yeah, that is him. Look at that neck. Any questions? Any questions at all? If you was walking round and all the women look like that, look how broad and flat that shoulder is, and look at that neck, the way it just uproots from the chest. No diamond showing, look. If it was a woman, the V-lines would be there from the calves and the shoulder would be more pronounced. There's no gates. Asia Kate Dillon. Missing. I'll put street in. I'll give you a second chance. See if he's there. No, he's not. You're going to have to find the gates, whoever requested it. Because I can't be arsed. I'll have a look on Google, and if it's not there, it's not there. Chances are, if I can't find them, you can't find them. But I'm telling you now, there is no woman in the history of women that have got feet. That have got feet that fucking big. They are giant. They are clodhoppers. There wasn't a woman that lived in a shoe. Yeah, it belonged to Asia Kate Dillon. Yeah, we're done. Asia Kate Dillon's a bloke, but there's no gates. See you later. Next. Pierre Richard. Two first names. Pierre Richard, or Pierre Richard, as he's known in France. The goat. The tall blonde man with one black shoe. The toy. The Fugitives. I think I've seen The Fugitives. With Gerard Depardieu. The Condads. And the Tricky Old Dogs. Right, let's have a look at Pierre Richard. Images. As above, so below. Correct, Anna Souza. Is that air? Oh, we're done. That's a woman. I'm getting Willy Wonka vibes. Anyone else seeing Gene Hackman? Not Gene Hackman, Gene Wilder. I'm getting someone else there. I'm getting that Italian dude again, Anna Souza. What did they call him? You said his name the other day. I've forgotten it again. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Roberto. Whatever his name is. That one. Absolute woman's face. I've seen Barry Manilow as well. The small, narrow dentures of a woman. The rising forehead, or should I say fivehead, of a girl. Of course, the Getty Seal of Approval. I quite like that as you feel. Oh no, I like that one. Benigni, Roberto Benigni. That's the one. That's what he looks like. A blonde Roberto Benigni. He's just him when he was older. Wow, he don't even look like the same person, does he? There will be people out there that'll tell you it's not the same person. You know, I've done it. I've done loads of them as well. Like, this ain't the same person. It's a clone. Whatever. It's bollocks. You're talking shite. Just the schematics of cloning, and I've spoken about it before, that you take a piece of hair, pubic hair, whatever, and you grow another Pierre Richard. Firstly, you got to put grow him up in the same era, in the same region, so he's got the same accent. Because even though French all sound the same, all French people sound French to me. When you come from France, the French accent changes from north to south, just the way the Dutch accent changes, the way the English accent changes from north to south. Up north, where I live, you can drive tractors down road. But as you go further down south, if you go further north, you got Newcastle. No one can understand the Geordies. Why, I didn't know where you got on a boat. That's Geordie, and then you got down south, come from down south, come from London. It's all like this. Right, so you got all these different accents that you can't hear, but a French person would. So if you was to grow a clone of Pierre Richard, firstly you have to do it at exactly the same time, so they're the same age. You'd have to bring them up in exactly the same region, so they've got the same regional accents. You'd have to give them exactly the same environment and people around them, so that they learn everything. In fact, they'd have to live side by side until a certain age, and then you'd move them out, wouldn't you? Split them up. None of it makes any sense to me. It doesn't. God made it so that there could only ever be one Luke in Croatia, like you, Luke. He made it so there could only be one Ana Sousa in Portugal. There might be other Ana Sousas. There might be brunettes, but they're not that Ana Sousa. You understand? He made you unique. And the closest you can get to unique in real life are twins. And that's the way God makes them when the egg splits in two. When you get these... They call them identical, but they're never perfectly identical. They look really, really similar. They say identical, but still the identical ones are not identical. And they don't act the same, they don't talk the same, even though they grew up in the same region. I've grown up with twins. Steve and Will was one, Scott and Thingy was another. They were totally different. They looked identical, I agree, Steve and Will did. Scott and his brother did, but they were both totally different people when you spoke to them. Totally different characters. And I just think it's exactly the same. There's clones of Eminem. Right, okay, there's clones of Eminem. You cloned him, let's say you had sextuplets. You had 6 M&Ms all at the same time. They're all identical. You taught them all to rap. You grew them all up in the same area. It's just beyond believable for me. It really is. Even if you grew up, like, there are families out there where all the children are talented, but they've all got different talents. I just can't see it. I just can't. That you could make 6 rappers like Eminem, sound like each other, look like each other, act like each other, rap like each other. Look at the size of that dude there. That is massive. It's a unit. Close set eyes. He reminds me of Richard Dreyfuss there from Jaws. Oh, caricaturists are our friends. What did the caricaturist draw? He drew a 5-head. He drew close set eyes with arched eyebrows. He drew a long top lip. He drew big buck teeth. He drew a Joker smile. Look at this one. He did the same. Close set eyes. No brow bone. Flat forehead. Widow's peak. No cheekbones. Sloping jawline. Pointed chin. Caricaturists are our friends. They tell the truth in plain sight. Right, Pierre Richard, and that's his husband, I take it. It is, with a big square jaw. He's got a big set of gnashes on him. He's got a big neck of clock. In fact, he's got a double-pronged Adam's apple. What am I talking about, lot? There's your sloping jawline of a woman, lot. Close set, pretty rounded eyes, lot. There's your rectangle-shaped eyes, far apart. There's your wide-ass cheekbones. There's your massive low-set ears, look. And there's your square jaw. Even though it's got a bit of fat showing on it, it's still... Look at the squareness of this chin compared to that one. Right, let's go back. Pierre Richard, let's get your face. Should we get a young one? I think we settled on a young face, didn't we? There it is. Right, let's go gate shopping with this little lady. Oh, what was that? I just seen something. Or was it a cover of her eye standing? Phil Jacket, toma la tequila. I can't remember how it goes. How's that go? They taught us it as kids. Ferro Jacques, Dom Catalina. I can't remember. My eyes are old, my ways are naked, I've forgotten. Is that meant to be? Who's that meant to be? Napoleon? Alfred Pierre Richard? Whoever that is. I didn't realise it was a statue, I thought it was a person covered in paint. Let's go back. Oh no, too far. Google messing with me. Paparazzi are our friends. Yes, they are. If it wasn't for paparazzi, it wouldn't be so easy to prove these liars, right? It wouldn't. It'd be very difficult. On the skull check alone, people would hardly believe it. The beauty of forensics is when you show someone that gate and they've truly understood it, it's game over. It's gate over. That's what it is. It's gate over because the truth sets you free. It really does. It's not just the close set eyes, the small mouths, the egg-shaped faces. Look, the gate just destroys them. Not every single FTM looks like this, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't look like these two. He looks more manly, I agree. They did a better job on him. He reacted to the drugs better or whatever. But these, once you can see them, no chance, right? Right, let's just go to walking because you're driving me mad. Walking. Oh, look at this. Anybody, any questions? Arms akimbo. Quite long arms for a woman, I'll give you that. But arms akimbo. The full mince is undeniable once you understand it. That's why learning the two, both the faces, the skulls and the gates, gives you X-ray vision. It really does. I've said it many times before. You can look at people's skeletons from the outside. There's another one, nice. It is just like that movie, They Live. Oh, is that you as well? Oh, that's beautiful. There's another one there, and a bloke in the middle, look. Every rose has its thorns. Two minces, that's the third gate. I wish I could have seen this sooner. I truly do. My life would have been so much simpler. I wouldn't have made bad decisions that I've made. I'd have followed my gut instinct every time. When someone cheated on me, I'd have just left them instead of staying with them. Because you forgive them, but it haunts you, doesn't it, for the rest of your life, the time with them. That they might do it again, or they might be doing it again. It haunts you. Look at the size of those hips. It haunts you. Your gut instinct. The Spirit of God now, if someone even lies to me, I just get rid of them. I don't want to know you, I'm sorry. We're not on the same page. For God so loved the world, he gave his only one begotten out the Son. For I so love God, I give up all my friends and family that wouldn't listen. They don't want to know the truth. And even if I was telling them the truth, they don't care. They just don't care. Cain and Abel. They told you about Cain and Abel. And unfortunately, some of your family members are going to have that spirit of Cain in them. I'm not saying them from the bloodline again, but they've got that spirit of Cain in them. You could say I've got the spirit of Cain in me because I rebel against what Satan said. But in reality, it's I'm a good man that's standing up for the truth, that God's real. Nothing to do with Cain. Although I am rebelling against Satan and his lies, I'm still a good man. I didn't mean to do the things I've done in this living life that I've had. And if I could go back and change them, I'd try to change as many as I could without interfering with losing a ratio. I'd change as many things that I've done in my life. I'd let God take control. I'd let him have the reins. He could lead me into the kingdom of heaven all over again, but from a younger age. I'd love to be able to do it, but time is linear. I can't go back. God might be able to send us back. Maybe that's what he'll do. He'll give us all another chance. Say, right, you know what you did wrong. You know right from wrong. Have another go. Live your life again. I don't know. God is merciful. God is loving. God can do anything. And anything can be done through God. That's what man doesn't understand. When man joins together, a lot of things can be done through mankind, but you still do not have the power of God. You have to understand you're a living mortal man. Maybe your spirit inside can do something when God, oh look at that diamond in there. When God shows you his kingdom, maybe then, because the Bible says that we get a new body, not this body, a new body. To me, that's a spirit. That's a spirit body that we can move freely instead of being trapped in your own country. You have to passport. You have to admit that you're a ship and passport just to leave your own country. If they had it their way, they'd do it for every town. Yeah, you had to passport to leave town. Twats. I've never felt stronger. I've never felt more free. Not just, but in free thinking, I mean. Because I'm still trapped. I know, I get it. I'm still trapped here. I'm still a slave to this system that we live in. But it's different when you know that God exists, right? It's not the same slavery. It's not the same kinship. You know, today I was listening to people talking, and that God never, I told you, God never sends you more than you can handle. And I know today's been a stressful one for you, but don't lose faith, you know. If things were meant to be, they were meant to be, right? That's the way I look at it. And God will show you. God, if you ask God, he always shows you. It's the most wonderful thing in the world when he shows you things. He gives you advice. He does. He gives you advice in miraculous ways. Don't lose your faith. That's all I can tell you. The people I was speaking to today, don't lose your faith. That's what the test is about, that you lose your faith and you hate this world. And why does it always happen to you? It happens to everyone because Satan's in control. That's why. It's not just you. Loads of people go through it. When we were speaking, I told you I've been through it. So and so's been through it. We've all been through it. And until you get that moral compass, you'll let it happen to you again and again. The Spirit of God sets you free. The truth truly unravels Satan's lies around you, and all those things that you used to get angry about, you don't get angry about them anymore, right? The littlest things that used to trigger me, I'm just now like, who cares? Bad things happen, they do, I agree. And sometimes it's not your fault, sometimes it is your fault. But it's a test. It's all a test that you live this life with sin, recognize that you're a sinner, and then repent. To say you're sorry, truly mean it. How many times has a boy or a girl cheated on you, said sorry, and then they've done it again? And they don't mean it. This is the same thing. If you don't mean it, God doesn't answer. God realizes when you're awake, because he's the one that woke you. And I had to learn this information slowly, because if I'd learned it all in one night, like I can teach someone about the gates and the skulls in 20 minutes. You've seen me do it, and then they're set to go. But what I don't brace them for is the rest of the stuff that comes with it. When you start looking at people you know and you see them, and you have to give up your boxing idol or your football idol or whatever it is, you have to give them up because you know that God exists and you're worshipping false idols. It's strange, but the witchcraft that they perform is part of the brainwashing. These rituals they do, and they're all warlocks and witches in the wrong order. A witch is a man and a warlock is a woman. This is a warlock. It's not a witch. This is a warlock. Because it's a woman pretending to be a man. Or you can look at it the other way, whichever way you prefer. Robert Mugabe. I've already done Robert Mugabe. What was that Robert Mugabe joke? Something to do with Yorkshire and the accent. It did half make me laugh. You're going to make me look at that Robert Mugabe. What's that Robert Mugabe? I've got to know what that Robert Mugabe joke is. Robert Mugabe. Joke. I'll know it if I see it. 40 Mugabe jokes. No. It's not there. Gutted. Maybe it was just a local joke to where I am. Yorkshire. What's that? That's not it. What was it? It was funnier than that. No girl will choose a 6-pack over 6 cars. Stop going to the gym and go to work. That's right, do as you're told. Robert Mugabe never lifted his thumbs in his life. None of them do. They're all lazy bastards. Never done a day's work in their life. Manual labour. I've already done Mugabe though. He's already on the list. But yeah, Pierre Richard, thanks for playing CSI. Next, Fabrice Lucchini. Oh, it's another Frenchie. We're doing loads of Frenchies at the minute. Guess we all born aside, all this crap. We just didn't know. Yeah, we didn't fit in. I never fitted. I was never like other people around me. I wasn't, I'm telling you now. And now I know why. For this moment in my life. And now, with the knowing of creation and creator, I put my faith in words that I've read in that Bible. And I know it's not all the truth. I don't care what anyone says. You're not ramming that down my throat ever. I didn't need the book to know that God was real. I needed the book for guidance thereafter. And it gave me loads. It gave me so much advice. It taught me that there is a creator, how he created the place, how special we are. And nowhere else in any literature, film or anything, not by any of these so-called great teaching, yogi master, whatever, Petersons, none of them tell you how special you actually are. None of them, not the way the Bible does, the way it explains that there are no other planets, there's just Earth, you are the pinnacle of his creation, you're the apple of his eye, everything in comparison to you in this world pales in God's eyes. You are his glory that's been turned against him, that's been spiraled down the wrong path on the highway to hell by Satan and his minions. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled in this world is convincing the world that he didn't exist, and that's exactly where I'm living. I wish I could get people to question it more seriously, but you can't, not in the beginning. It was a miracle the way I found God and the way I just accepted him instantly. An absolute miracle. I can't put anything else on it. Just an absolute miracle the way he showed me that he existed through the world not spinning. And within seconds my brain was rewiring And within minutes I knew that he existed. Without a book or a pastor, a pope, none of them. I just knew he existed. But I needed that book for guidance, and I needed those pastors, Kent Ovind and Ray Comfort, and not Copeland and those other nutters. They're possessed, but I did need the kind words of Ray Comfort. And the reason those words from Kent Ovind and Ray were so comforting to me is because it was a woman that was reading them to me, disguised as a man. I was soothed that evening by Kent Ovind. Soothed. I was in tears. I was in tatters. I was distraught. I was hysterical because I just discovered God was real. And I stopped the Flat Earth movie to sit and listen to the Word of God from a pastor that I'd never heard of. But you taught me that dinosaurs were real, and when I got to the dinosaur lie, I knew you was lying, Kent. So when I got to the fact that you was a woman, I understand now why you're lying, because you're not of the same lineage as I am, natural born. You pretend to have these same feelings I have about God. Maybe some of your feelings are real for him. Maybe you do love him and you hate Satan. Maybe that is the case, but you're lying on behalf of Satan. And the only reason I put down the answer is that Satan's bribing you to tell lies to us as well as the truth. Or maybe you are truly evil and you're accepting of it all, and you accept that this is the role that Satan provided for you. I don't know. But on that bombshell, we're going to leave Fabrice till tomorrow. I have to play some Call of Duty and mash up some Frenches, some Germans, some Dutches with my riot shield. Just remember, God loves you, folks. He truly does, and he wants you to know that you were born in an inside-out, upside-down, back-to-front, tipsy-topsy-turvy world. Good night, Juice. Good night, Anna Souza. We'll see you all tomorrow, Monday Night Live. Bye. I was going to burp. Good night.